So we are discussing Fourier transform of standard signals. In the previous class, we have discussed the Fourier transform of del of t, Fourier transform of del of t minus t naught, del of t plus t naught, and the Fourier transform of constant. So in this session, we will see one more standard signal. That is find the Fourier transform of signum of t. So what it is given? It is given that x of t is equal to signum of t. So from unit 1, you know what is the definition of signum of t. What is signum of t definition? Very simple definition. So this is t. So this is signum of t. So its amplitude is plus 1 during this t greater than 0, and its amplitude is minus 1 during t less than 0. So this is the simple definition of signum of t. So first let us check it out whether it will satisfy Dirichlet condition or not. Dirichlet's condition. There are three conditions. Let us check it out. The first one, integral minus infinity to infinity mod of x of t dt must be less than infinity. So this is the first Dirichlet condition. X of t should satisfy. Let us check it out whether signum of t will satisfy or not. So integral minus infinity to infinity. So what is x of t is given? Signum of t magnitude dt. So that means integral minus infinity to 0. Integral minus infinity to 0, what is signum of t value? Minus 1. Minus 1 magnitude is 1. So that is dt plus integral 0 to infinity. So 0 to infinity, what is signum of t value in this interval? So in this interval, the signum of t's value is 1 dt. So 0 minus of minus is infinity. Infinity plus infinity is infinity. So therefore, given x of t do not satisfy Dirichlet conditions. Dirichlet's condition. So therefore, to find out the Fourier transform of signum of t, we proceed with the indirect method. Just like what is for constant amplitude, we used principle of duality. Like that, we use indirect approach to find out the Fourier transform of signum of t. So let us see how to find out this. First, let us find the Fourier transform of e power minus a mod t into signum of t. So first, let us find the Fourier transform of this and substitute a is equal to 0. If a tends to 0, e power 0 is 1. So that will become the Fourier transform of signum of t. So this is what the procedure we approach. So therefore, just to substitute in the definition, integral minus infinity to infinity, just to substitute this function here, e power minus a mod t signum of t, and what is the transformation? E power minus j omega t dt. So let us separate integral minus infinity to 0. So in this interval, mod t is minus t. So minus t. So therefore, it will become e power a t. So in this interval, signum of t value is minus. So write it minus outside, minus 1. So e power minus j omega t dt plus integral 0 to infinity. So in this interval, mod t is t. So therefore, it will become e power minus a t. So in this interval, signum of t value is 1. E power minus j omega t dt. So therefore, what you can write? Integral minus infinity to 0. This is written as a minus j omega t into dt plus integral 0 to infinity e power of minus a plus j omega t into dt. So simple mathematical calculation. So what is the answer for first integral? Minus 1 by a minus j omega e power a minus j omega t. Substitute the limits minus infinity to 0. What is the integration of this? Minus 1 by a plus j omega e power of minus a plus j omega t. Substitute the limits 0 to infinity. So let us check out what is the answer will come. So e power 0 is 1. E power minus infinity is 0. The lower limit is 0. So therefore, this is written as minus 1 by a minus j omega. So if we substitute the upper limit, e power minus infinity is 0. If you substitute the lower limit, e power 0 1, minus into minus plus. So it will come out as minus 1 minus into minus plus 1 by a plus j omega. If you take the LCM, it will become minus a minus j omega plus a minus j omega by a plus j omega into a minus j omega is a square plus omega square. So you can see that a gets cancels out, so it will come out as minus 2j omega by a square plus omega square. So therefore we can write it as, so what is this? E power minus a mod t into sigma of t's Fourier transform. What is the Fourier transform we got? So minus 2j omega by a square plus omega square. Let a tends to 0 on both sides. Substitute a tends to 0 on both sides. So what it will become? If a tends to 0, it is e power 0 1. So it will become sigma of t Fourier transform is, so if a tends to 0, this term is 0, it will become omega gets cancelled, omega square, 1 omega gets cancelled, minus 2j by omega. If you bring j to the denominator, it will become sigma of t's Fourier transform is 2 by j omega. So another very important objective question in the examination, competitive examination, the Fourier transform of sigma of t is 2 by j omega. Why? Because here you can write it as minus 2j by minus j square omega, because j square is minus 1, minus into minus will become plus. So minus sign gets cancelled out, j gets cancelled out, it will come as 2 by j omega. So this is the very important Fourier transform of standard signal, sigma of t is equal to 2 by j omega. So let us take the fourth example. Find the Fourier transform of unit step signal u of t. Another very important standard signal. So as you know the definition of u of t, what is the u of t definition? Unit step signal definition, very simple definition. Unit step signal u of t, in the first unit we have discussed what is unit step signal. Its amplitude is 1 for all the time t greater than or equal to 0. So this is the unit step signal definition. So what is given? Given x of t is equal to unit step signal u of t. First let us check it out if it will satisfy Dirichlet conditions or not. Dirichlet's condition. Let us check it out. So what is integral minus infinity to infinity mod x of t dt must be less than infinity. So x of t should satisfy this condition. Let us check it out whether it will come or not. So therefore integral minus infinity to infinity. So what is x of t? U of t dt, but u of t is available only from 0 to infinity. So in this interval u of t's value is 1. So therefore the answer is infinity. So therefore what you can write? Given x of t do not satisfy Dirichlet condition. So therefore we can find the Fourier transform by other method. What I will do is that I have given already in the first unit the relation between sigma of t and u of t. So what is this is? This is half. So this is minus half. What this can be written as? This can be written as half sigma of t. So what I have done for this one, I have added an amplitude of half. So first unit we have discussed, I have added amplitude of 1 by 2. Half went 1 by 2. If we add both of them, on the left side minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 it will become 0. On the right side 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 it will become 1. The amplitude will become 1. So this is what you have to write, 0 u of t, so it will become 1. So u of t. So that means what is u of t can be written as? So u of t can be written as 1 by 2 plus half sigma of t. So that is what you have to observe. So this relation we have derived in unit 1. What is u of t? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 signum of t. Now we can easily take Fourier transform on both sides. So therefore Fourier transform of u of t. So 1 by 2 keep it outside. Fourier transform of 1 constant we have already derived. So half Fourier transform of signum of t just we have derived. So in this way we can approach this problem. So therefore Fourier transform of u of t. So that is 1 by 2 into what is Fourier transform of 1? Very important formula, 2 pi into del of omega plus 1 by 2 into what is Fourier transform of signum of t, just we have calculated 2 by j omega. So which comes out as 2 gets cancelled out, pi into del of omega, here 2 gets cancelled, 1 by j omega. So this is a very important objective question in the competitive exams. So therefore u of t's Fourier transform is pi into del of omega plus 1 by j omega. So very important objective question for competitive exams. You have to remember all these Fourier transform of standard signals. Thank you.